Welcome everyone to another episode of We're Not Afraid of the Dark. I'm Adam Dutch, joined by always my brother Ben, and today we have a very special guest with us. He currently is a co-host of the Bombs Away podcast. He's a Maryland native, but now working and doing many great things in Hollywood, California. We made a movie with him called Hookman 2. Please welcome the infamous Jonathan Young.
Wow, infamous. I mean, that's a treat. I feel special.
Yeah, we'll just talk about all the analytics and hot things you have happen on YouTube with the viewerships and things, right?
Yeah. For Hookman or for my show?
Hookman.
Hookman?
Yeah, you always want a Hookman too.
Okay, so we're just going to dive right into this.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So, your show is about scary things from the 90s, right? So it goes to show that we've always been a lover of nostalgia, like between the three of us and like that kind of pull. So I think it was an obvious choice that we were going to do something like this eventually.
If you haven't seen Hookman 2, by the way, it is available on YouTube. I'll put the link in the show notes.
Yeah.
And please watch it for more than 3 minutes because that was the average time. The movie was fucking 2 hours long. The average show was 3 minutes, but apparently we have a big fan base in Finland. I don't know anybody who lives in that country, by the way, but we could branch this podcast out there as well. Are You Afraid of the Dark? Yes, Canadian show, popular in America. Do you know any English people who watch this show? Europe?
Oh, in Europe?
Yeah, because I haven't found one person who talks about the show from England.
I mean, she's not originally from England, so no, she's from Jersey originally.
Who are you talking about?
My friend Ashley.
Okay.
She went to Towson University. But so no, I guess the answer was actually no. I didn't have to go into a side about anything.
I will say our cousin might be responsible for the Australia boom.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, we have a cousin listed in Australia.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe she watching this shit, all her friends, because they were like, hey, we can watch this rather than that boring shit on Netflix.
So, I think if we're going to talk about this like we are, we should at least give a little bit of backstory of what it is, how it came to be, and then how I came in 10 years later to this situation, right? You guys have never talked about this on the show prior? No. Okay.
We just figured everybody's going to look us up on Wikipedia.
Oh, okay. But you write your own Wikipedia page?
Well,
Well,
I mean, if people listen on YouTube, Hookman's on the same channel.
Yeah, so jump right over there. What are you doing? Yeah, absolutely. Well, we still haven't explained what it is. We just keep saying it. Say what it is. Okay, so do you want me to do it? I'll do it.
It's Adam's baby. I feel like Adam's...
Okay, here's the story.
Yeah.
When I was a teenager, it's about all high school, I was a really big fan of B-horror movies. The whole trauma thing, guts, gore, gratuitous nudity, all those type of films. And me being the creative individual I am, I'm like, gather some friends, let's make this film. The plot was all over the fucking place. We're not writers. We're just doing it for fun. So that was Hookman 1. We had to use a mask that I actually had as a Halloween costume back in middle school. I have no idea why we decided to use that, but we've shot the first film for about $100.
It's awful. Don't watch that one. Watch 2.
Yeah, Ben hates it. Yeah, it has the soccer mom feel because we had a borrowed by Bob's camcorder.
It was like an old DV cam, right?
That was actually high 8. Yeah, it was one of those high 8 tapes.
Wow, high 8.
And yeah, back then it actually was very difficult to transfer your shit to a computer at the time. And I remember going through like 9 PCs trying to get it working. Everybody sucked.
The transitions had the PowerPoint.
Oh, that was iMovie. iMovie 4 is what I used because that was 2003 when
I'm pretty
when
sure
I
a
made that.
star branched out and it was like another scene.
Well,
So very much like George Lucas's wipes in the prequels.
Oh yeah. Well, our plot was about a guy who's possessed by an ice hook who's killing people because they eat crabs. We were Maryland, so yeah, it makes no sense, but it was a lot of fun. However, this snowball and Ben, your memories may be a little bit better. How the fuck Hookman 2 came about, because that was like 8 years later that we made that.
Oh, okay. Well, when I was in the military, Mom had actually put on Facebook a picture of Hookman, which is our friend Jordy Marsh plays Hookman. she said, "Oh, who remembers this?" So me, drunk on jungle juice and everything else, called Adam up, and I was like, "Hookman 2, where are we at with it?" And he's like, "Are you serious?"
He's like, "We're not."
Are you serious? And I was like, "Call me tomorrow when I'm sober." And then,
yeah, I do remember that happening now, because I remember I brought John in because we worked at Secrets together and knew he had some video production experience and wanted to make a movie as well.
I just remember, and I think I told the story last night. I was like, because he's been going, "Hey, what about Hookman 3?" Right? And I go,
it's totally a joke.
Yeah.
Well, we started pre-prepping that a few years ago.
And I just remember you going, "Hey, you want to do that?" And I was like, "Yeah, send me the script." And then it was like 3 pages of a script. And I was like, "This is a script? What's going on here?"
Well,
and you're like, "What do you expect?"
Well, that movie was supposed to be a short film. I remember one scene where we were supposed to have a fight somewhere in a truck going down a highway.
Okay, so the things that I remember that were originally pitched to me was that there was going to be a full highway chase at some point.
Yeah, that was it.
Right? And that the end finale was going to be lighting Hookman on fire, and then basically the main hero was going to charge him and
go off the dock.
Yeah, go off a dock. So it was basically like, you 2 birds, 1 stone there. It's like you kill your killer and you put out the fire because you're going to light the actor on fire.
Well, I remember we cut that scene because Jordy found out can't swim. Yeah, I mean he's from Smith Island.
I love that you cut it because he can't swim, not because you shouldn't light a man on fire without prior stunt education.
And no assurance that
it was also going to be, seeing as we recorded all this in like December.
Yeah.
The water was going to be like
frozen,
sub-zero.
I would have loved that.
That was a very cold winter. That was the winter that we got the blizzard, I think, as well.
Yeah, I had bought like a wetsuit.
So
I was all about it.
So I guess I should let people know who I am and what I'm doing now, right? And how this applies to Hookman, right?
Yeah.
So I run a podcast known as Bombs Away. Now, what we do is very much like not in the style of Mystery Science Theater. We do not watch the movie and talk over top of it. We watch the movie outside of the confines of the studio, and then come together and kind of just rip on it, just be like, what was up with this? What was up with that? I had Adam and Ben come on and do Problem Child. We just did Problem Child. So, like, if you are listening to this, go ahead and head over to www.bombsaway.com and listen to our Problem Child episode, because it's up at the same time. So, definitely check these guys out on that. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And actually, the Problem Child is one of my most memorable movies as a kid. And we talked about how you hated it. I actually loved it. I mean, I maybe one of the few ones that do, but
it seems to be the going thing, because I'm like, I don't know, man. I haven't seen it in a couple of years, but I remember parts that were funny, and I mean,
well, that's the general consensus that like we try to attack films that either are clearly B movies, are cheesy, have critical or commercial like bombs in cinema, or in the case of what you're talking about, cult classics that people seem to have a nostalgic like fan love for that might be a little misplaced. That's our thing, so like we've done new movies from 50 Shades of Grey. We plan on doing eventually The Room and Howard the Duck. The ones that we have done from the 80s, The Wraith, Legend of Billie Jean. We've done some newer ones, Casper. People were real upset about Casper. they were not happy that we picked it. But then when you look back and you look at things like Casper, you're like, yeah, nothing makes sense. I don't understand why some ghosts have clothes and others don't. Like, nothing makes any sense. Some ghosts remember their past, and it's all according to the plot.
You come back with like what you're wearing, so maybe Casper was naked when he died.
Maybe naked in the cold.
Yeah.
Well, what's your history with Are You Afraid of the Dark, John?
My history. So because I am a nostalgic kid, like I think I would love it. Like you guys have opened up a new territory with this show that I don't think is really being done. Nobody's really touching on Nickelodeon at all.
I've heard a few, but the thing is that they seem the ones that I listen to somewhat do more of a synopsis. They don't really dive in to the things that either made these shows great or fucking horrible, which we didn't recognize when we were dumbass kids. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So, what I think is really special and genuine about yours is that like you're laser sighting in on one show and you're like, this is the one. So like for me, my experiences with Are You Afraid of the Dark is like many of us. We're watching Snick, we see that orange couch, right? We're like, what? Nick at Night isn't on tonight? Awesome. They're keeping it kids friendly on a Saturday night. I ain't got shit to do, you know? So you would have that. I think before this would be Ren and Stimpy would come on, right? So it'd be like Ren and Stimpy, then Are You Afraid of the Dark? And then I think as it got into its later years, was it Kablam with The Flesh?
You see that?
Like, which is like basically the precursor to like Robot Chicken.
And Melt Man with the power to melt.
Yeah. Melt Man.
Well,
and
Stinky Diver.
Stinky Pete or whatever.
Stinky Diver.
Well, I'm also thinking the generational thing because we didn't have the internet back then. We didn't have cell phones.
Not at all.
So we had TV, and I remember vividly watching TV for 8-9 hours a day. Mm-hmm. However, I wonder what these kids now are going to do 20 years from now. They're going to be like, oh shit, I got to find that YouTube show that I used to watch. Are they going to be thinking that, or what's going to happen here? Because we're doing a show also that had no official DVD release.
Right.
If you want to watch the show, by the way, you're just joining us. There are multiple sites online that have it. There's a few DVD bootlegs on Amazon. Mm-hmm. Also, the whole show was uploaded to Are You Afraid of the Dark's official YouTube page. However, it's blocked.
No way.
It's blocked in America. If you have one of those Chrome blockers,
damn Canucks. Damn Canucks.
If you have a Chrome blocker that can block the country access, you can watch it. That's how I do it.
I recommend the Fire Stick. It's easily hacked.
Let me tell you,
it's easy.
I had to look up something. When we do the other. What's the other one? Old Man Corcoran.
Corcoran, not Conquerin, by the way.
No,
that's right. We're doing 2 episodes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really unfair what I just looked up.
Okay.
Yes.
So my experience with Are You Afraid of the Dark is like, if you sat down with me and showed me a specific episode, 9 times out of 10, I'll probably be like, okay, yeah, I remember that visually, but I don't remember anything other than I know that one of the Midnight Society chicks went on to become like famous a little bit, like, and she's pretty hot.
Yeah, it's Rachel. I can pronounce the last name. Yeah, she went on to Clueless, the TV show.
Okay. Anything else?
What else was it? It's something recent.
Wasn't she? She's in Casper, I think.
Oh yeah, that's right. She plays the
she plays the bully girl.
Yeah, the bully girl.
Yeah. So if you like her, come over and listen to my Casper episode. Right? Just gonna keep replugging my own stuff the whole time. Hey, if you like that, come over and check out Wishmaster.
Oh no,
what a piece of shit.
That's not her.
Huh?
It's a different girl.
It's not. It's not her.
If you like words,
what's the bully's name?
The bully in
Casper.
In Casper. Oh,
because I'm thinking that movie came out in '95, and I remember
they'd be around the same age.
Are you sure?
Yeah, pretty sure.
Because I thought this girl was a little bit older.
Yeah, I know it's not. It's not Cuthbert. Cuthbert came in later episodes, right? And that's my girl. That's the girl next door, Alicia Cuthbert. You know, she's on 24. You know, I think she was engaged to some
Rachel Blockhart is her name.
Yeah, Rachel Blockhart.
Blanchard.
Blanchard.
Okay. Yeah, she was. Yeah, she was not in Casper.
No. Oh man,
it's not on her IMDb page.
No, Rachel Blanchard.
By John's words, she might be so embarrassed of it she doesn't claim it.
Maybe. I mean, I'd be a little bit.
Well, she was recently on that show. You Meet Her.
Yeah, she was on Snakes on a Plane, which we will be doing live one day. I swear, I promise, we'll do Snakes on a Plane. Without a Paddle. Sugar and Spice. Sugar and Spice she was the pregnant chick in Sugar and Spice. So
And it's Assassin's Creed.
Carrie 2. I know she's in Carrie 2. What a big popular movie that was. So like, yeah, no, she went on to actually have a decent career compared to most of these people. What'd you say? Who's and he's the storyteller.
Ross Hole does the weather now.
Yeah,
in
so
Canada.
let's get into this one, right? Let's get into this episode.
Well, it starts out with them complaining as always because they say everyone's on time for once. There's a running trend in the show about people showing up late.
It's usually the Kristen.
Yeah, she's there though.
Yeah,
Kristen's there.
Although I did notice a big plot hole in this scene, in the opening part of this.
Kristen is Rachel Blanchard.
yes.
Yeah. Did you notice the plot hole here, Ben? It's like the first line of
Yeah,
dialogue.
the whole show.
This is a big one. Ben, going back to the absolute first episode of the show that aired, what do they say about their
Oh, they said they don't know each other.
Yeah, however, they're talking about their whole... Frank's talking about his homeroom teacher, and Betty Ann says that she likes him. But were they from different schools?
Yeah, they all say they're from different places. They have different friends. They go to different schools, and then all of a sudden...
See, this is something that you guys would point out because you watch all these. That one just went over. I was like, well, I guess they're...
Shit, I thought you would have watched the whole damn series prepping for this podcast.
But see,
That's a lot.
Then Frank told Gary, he's like, oh, you don't know him.
Yeah, well, then it's established that apparently this homeroom teacher has a magic hobby. And John, we mentioned this in a prior episode because Gary's dad owns a magic store.
Okay.
Have you ever been in a magic store? One that's where did you find those? I've never seen one.
Oh, well, there's one on Main Street, USA of Disneyland. So
I didn't see that one. I didn't see that was there. I somehow passed that.
Yeah. There's one there. I don't think...
And that's completely dedicated to magic because I've seen like magic
for the
sections in
most
like comic book
part.
stores.
No,
Okay.
for the most part, it is the magic store. I can't say that there is one in Disney World, even though I was just there last week.
There's one in Dagon Alley.
But yeah, it's kind of like the whole alley. But no, I remember. There's no way it exists now, but there was a magic store in Baltimore because I wasn't really into magic. I was for some reason into ventriloquism. So they would usually sell them in the same place. I know, right? Yeah, shoot me in the face, right? There's a stupid
Baltimore Aquarium had a ventriloquist magic shop. I said that on a podcast because I fucking hate ventriloquist dummies. As a kid, scared the fuck out of me.
I had him, and then he just sat at the end of my bed and just reminded me of poor choices.
Yeah.
So
you gonna talk?
Yeah.
You gotta make me talk.
So yeah, I would talk for him
Yeah.
at the end of the bed, being like, "You've made bad decisions." And so yeah, I remember that. But even magic shops in movies weren't that prominent. Like I remember the one in Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
That was a fun one.
Yeah, that was super fun. But other than that, no. I think a junior does some magic tricks in Problem Child, right?
Mhm.
Like, doesn't it? Or is that the second one? I don't even remember. We just watched it. I don't
You see,
remember.
when I did buy,
Like-
whenever I bought magic supplies, I just remember getting them at like a Spencer's or some type of like novelty store.
Yeah, and they'd always be like just random. Like
but it's just like
your wand turns into a flower. Like who cares?
fake cigarettes and shit like that. Like that's all they ever were around
Well,
here
they had to
anyway.
be simple because they were for kids. If it was something that the kids couldn't figure out, then they weren't going to buy it. It would have been no fun.
We don't see the magic store in this episode, however, it does appear in the Super Specs.
Okay.
Where they get the it's at the beginning of the scene, but inside the story is Sardo's place, and neither of them are in this episode.
Right.
And I'm trashed in that one.
Okay.
When
Right.
are you trashed?
I mean,
Okay.
it depends.
Yeah.
Depends on when we start recording
So-
for the day.
So let's set this up. So we have Todd is the kid, right? Wearing flannel like they all do,
Mhm.
right? And Todd has responded to basically like a Craigslist ad.
The paper.
I know. I'm just
Yeah.
like I'm trying to update it to today's standards.
Yeah, well, I got that. This is a similar setup, by the way, to the Dark
Most of
Music
them.
episode, where someone's dad just died or left. They're stuck with a single mom
We
who's
were
working all
saying
these hours
this.
and shit.
Yeah, there's so many episodes, even that I can recall, that it's like a single mom trying her best.
We never see a single dad in any of these, by the way.
No.
You do.
Where do you see a single dad? Well, like,
a single dad.
Yeah.
I thought you meant like
a single dad raises his
there's
kids.
no dads, and Are You Afraid of the Dark?
No, we're not seeing a single dad. No, it's more like we don't see a single father.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So, Todd responds to this ad in the newspaper, right?
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Ben, did you recognize this actor playing Todd?
No.
No.
He plays one of the kids in the Twisted Claw episode.
Oh,
He's
so
okay.
they're just recycling.
Yeah, well,
for
I
the
mean,
stories.
he had puberty. He's aged about 2 or 3 years.
Okay. Well, we were just watching this the other night, and I brought up the fact that it's like, wouldn't it have been more interesting if all these episodes like kind of interconnected with each other in some way? Like maybe they're even in the same town or something. Kind of like, remember Erie,
Yeah, I was just
Indiana?
thinking about that.
Yeah, like it would have been way cooler.
Well, I think some of these episodes would have benefited from that because we saw this in season 1, especially, where it's some really, really good episodes, and there are some ones that are complete shit.
Right.
And it's like
Not all monsters can be great.
Yeah, I mean, some go from like a really good episode one week to another one the next week that's completely forgettable. Oh, by the way, I didn't remember this episode at all.
You didn't?
No, I don't remember watching this at all as a kid. And
I would have remembered Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah, I remembered that. When he came out, I remember that.
Wait, who's this?
Emperor Palpatine.
Yeah.
It's the Emperor from Return of the Jedi.
Oh,
He's at the end of this episode.
Yeah.
I was wondering why the fuck he looks familiar. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
Or Igor from Young Frankenstein.
That too.
What the fuck was with this bike that this guy was driving? You remember that with the big ass header-bars? Like
I had one with the banana seat bicycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't seen one of those in years. That's why I was curious. I didn't know if it was a Canadian thing or whatnot.
No, I had one. It was embarrassing. It's cool.
Although the real vehicle choice is this rape wagon this guy has for his magic store.
Oh, the Shandu Bus Deluxe.
I like how he's applying for a job at this like RV bus thing by a river with just some old guys.
And then you live in a bus down by the river. Like it makes no sense. Like this guy is like, how would he even know how to find him unless the ad says,
come to the busted up.
Come to the bus.
Come to the busted up truck.
Come to the Shandu food truck.
Wear tight fitting clothing.
Yeah. I'll be in a robe. You can't miss me.
Ben, what did you notice about the interior of this magic school bus?
Oh, well, me and John were talking about it. Like
that it's a gigantic set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a fucking house inside of a trailer.
There's some birds around there, some weird ass branch, which I found was a wand.
They had a fucking bunny in a bird cage. 2 bunnies in a bird cage. You notice that shit?
Yeah. So yeah, Todd like immediately is gravitating towards like Groot's arm that's sitting on a pedestal, and he's just like, oh my god, I have to touch it, right? And you're just like, yeah, you're probably going to get that jump scare, right? And then it doesn't turn out to be the jump scare that I was expecting.
Yeah, no.
He's just really like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, it's just Hugh Hefner in the fucking right behind
yeah,
him.
I'll see that as well.
Yeah. So this is Shandu, right?
Shandu.
Oh, Shandu. It's got because it rhymes with can do.
That's going to be pivotal. It's going to be pivotal
so
to the
goddamn
episode.
stupid.
I didn't pick up on that, but that's a good point.
Damn.
These guys deserve an Emmy for this one.
Maybe they got it.
Oh man.
Well, he asked if he had experience. The guy's fucking 14, 15 years old.
Experience.
What
right?
did he work at?
I mean,
what was he looking for?
He worked for Phil, the
What?
Fantastic.
Phil yeah, he's making up stuff. He's like, I worked for Millhouse the Magnificent and Gil the Great.
They all work down.
Jill the Just Okay, and
they work down in the other part of town.
Right.
You know them.
Yeah, you know all these guys. You're in the unemployment line together yesterday. Yeah, he takes him on as an apprentice like immediately because like what other options does he really have?
Yeah, we gotta get this episode over with for 20 minutes. That's the other thing, and we just gotta keep going the plot. You know what I mean?
Well, don't remind people how long they've been sitting here. They'd be like, "What?
I'm talking about the episode, not our podcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry, I get confused.
Yeah, they're not going to explain everything or a case show as well. Well, he lies and says he worked for Phil the Fabulous, but Shandu can see through his bullshit.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His resume would be like 20 miles long.
It
Like,
says that
from
magic
all
can
the
be
lies
acquired.
he's telling.
He has like some of the fire in his hands and shit.
Yeah, he's trying to get him out of that flannel shirt as soon as he can.
Yeah. which the camera, the editor likes to cut away from the fire as soon as the fire happens. And then it's like a quick flashback over to Todd being like, oh shit, right? And then then it flashed back over as if they were like, we can't show the fire because it was really bad. We only got one take of it.
You guys remember the rule that Shandu tells him?
Yes.
What's that?
I remember rule 2. That's the only one
What's that?
Oh wait, rule 1 is don't hand your wand.
Yeah, never touch it unless the magician hands it to you.
Right, which is sexual innuendos all over the
keep
place.
your hand off his wood.
Yeah, pretty much. And then number 2 is only let them see what you want them to see. Right?
Yeah.
That's number
Yeah.
2.
Both
Right?
very sexual, coming from an older man
Mhm.
to a younger man.
Which has a trick which reveals his bottom lower waist as disappearing and reappearing. And I don't remember 3 at all. I don't remember.
Yeah, I remember that somewhere.
Yeah.
In the voiceover, we find out that Todd's mom is an artist at an ad agency and is stuck at the office late at night always.
Right.
And he starts wondering what his dad would do. And I was going back to the Twist Club episode because in that episode, I think it's his character that asked what Gramps would do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it's kind of chilling
because he had both his family, his mom and dad,
Mhm.
but Gramps always knew.
Yeah, John, I just remember those. I had a note in here because at this next scene, they're at the magic part rehearsing the act, and there's like really fucking terrible editing happening here.
Oh, yeah.
Some of these jump shot edits and stuff.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of passage of time in this episode. A lot of montage.
Yeah.
A lot of things, like, you're not quite sure how long exact Todd's been working for Shandu. Like, it's not really a step. Like, 1 minute there's a training, and the thing is that, like, they keep showing him kind of mess up tricks, but, like, he's not really, it's like,
we
what?
missed the gift.
What gift?
We missed,
Oh, the bow tie?
yeah.
No, the bow tie's after this montage. We didn't miss it. It's coming up right
Yeah.
now.
Are you sure?
Right.
Because I thought he gave it to him before they
No,
started.
because he holds the bow tie up and then it does a transitional
To the-
shot
to
to the
the-
performance.
okay, all right.
This is
Yeah.
why we have show notes, man.
This is why
Yeah.
I'm the only one that has drank today.
Oh,
Yeah,
and,
it's all
and
right.
speaking of,
Well, you didn't offer.
speaking of these props, it would just be these tricks this guy's rehearsing are kind of shitty. It seems like those like things. You remember
At the magician shop, like we said.
Yeah, well, like when you're 10 years old, you get a present. It's like magician in a box kind
Yes.
of fucking shit you get
Yep.
from Spencer's. That's what I was thinking
Yep.
for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they kept doing that. Okay, open it. All right,
The cylinder full of tissues and then
Yeah.
it's a cylinder full of boxers. It still seems like that's the trick.
Yeah, you still
Like,
had.
why are you angry that it's boxers over tissues?
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't make any sense.
Because they were, the little boys boxers.
He asks Shandu why he's always in an evil mood, and that's where we find out that he was once the crown of Broadway. That's kind of an odd term. I thought it was meant king, but he seems washed up at this point and says that some of the movies he was in aren't even on video. Yes, this is back in the VHS days.
Right.
And it's not pleasant being a has-been.
Okay. I mean, but his movies still were up on the screen.
Hold on. What happened?
Apparently, he was a movie star.
No, I mean, but where was the
And
fall?
or Broadway.
Did he? How do you go from
It's never
Broadway? You don't go to Broadway to fucking at kids' birthday parties.
He stopped believing in his own mantra of Shandu can do.
Oh, so it's like the Polar Express
Yeah.
of magic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right. Never saw that one.
Speaking of this, we're 10 minutes in the episode at this point.
Yeah.
And
So we got 14 minutes to go.
Thank God.
yeah, and at this point in time, 10 minutes in, I didn't know the fucking plot of this episode. I didn't understand.
It
what
was
that
not straightforward at all,
Yeah.
this one.
I didn't know what the mother did the whole time.
They told you. You just see the drawing boards and like all that shit.
No, I finally knew what she did when he created the Shandu Can-Do spell on it.
Yeah,
Okay.
and got the Garfield shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah, Garfield ripoff. It was like a Heathcliff ripoff, which Heathcliff's a ripoff on Garfield.
Yeah.
So like it trickled down.
And it's a dog that eats spaghetti.
Yeah.
But
Right.
then we're at the Day of the Magic show.
Mhm.
I did laugh when I saw this because it's like a kid's birthday party.
Yeah.
And all these kids are just there at the
In the park.
Yeah, right in front of this race
Yeah.
wagon.
Yep. And it literally opens up like a food truck, right?
Mhm.
And you're like, oh, it's Shandu's Tacos. Here we go. And then this goes off. It's another montage. It goes off without a hook, without a snag.
Yeah, we see some really piss poor magic effects happen here. Like the what was that? Like a black piece of cardboard in front of his body when he gets like the cut in half.
Pretty much.
Box thing.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like he's in a box and like show his penis, but he doesn't.
Yeah.
Like,
It was just a sensor bar. It wasn't
Yeah.
a black piece of cardboard.
right? And yay! Like it would have been. I guess it would have been weird, if, like, but you need to show that you like. There's nothing in there. It would have been weird if the boy was like, "Oh, let me put my hand in that area," but you needed something,
He's been working at that for months.
right? Yeah, right. We've been practicing for months. Yeah,
Todd asks how he did after performance, and Shandu says he's not the worst assistant he ever had. He's petting some dove there. There's
Sure.
some nice like 80s DX7 music happening.
okay. And then
He leaves, comes back, and the place is like littered with animals. The place is like ransacked and shit. There's a duck right around.
what was the deal here? Because now that I know the end of the story, this part still doesn't make any sense.
Yeah,
the
I got
place
that
was-
as well. It would make more sense if he was gone. But he uses that wand that says the Shandu Can-Do line, puts the animals back in the cages, everything's cleaned up. And that's when Shandu just casually walks in with his robe and sunglasses of a fucking Wall Street Journal or something
Yeah,
like that. It's
okay.
like, it would have made more sense if he like got kidnapped or that other evil wizard like did something.
And why isn't the kid like Shandu? What did you go into a drunken binge? Like, what is going on here? Instead of immediately being like, "Let me use this Groot hand to like fix everything." Like, it
Mhm.
doesn't make any sense. And okay, guys, I'm gonna jump ahead a second here. Just to ask a question: is the demon in this? Is he what? Is he always Shandu through the whole? Like, did the demon hire him? Did the demon send out a Craigslist ad? Is that what it happened? Like, Shandu's been trapped in the other realm the whole time,
No.
and it's always been a plot and a trick to get the kid to use the wand.
No.
Okay, so what's the okay?
Because he
Explain to me then.
can't. Well,
Because that's what I got from it. That like basically the demon was like, "Ha, you used it 3 times." Like they use a three wish type thing,
that's Curse Claw.
right? But it seems like the demon has been manipulating him to do this.
He says that like once he used it or whatever,
right.
Shandu didn't have his wand because the kid had it.
Sure.
Was sent to the vortex.
So this demon's been sitting around waiting for coincidental circumstances to happen for centuries.
You know,
Absolutely.
this will not be the first time that's happened in the show. we sometimes get this like third world or out of this universe type of being in our episodes who somehow use a human to communicate with other people.
Sure.
And it's never officially explained what the hell's happening. And I understand that they're dealing with a 25-minute kids show.
Sure.
Not everything can be explained in that much time, especially for young minds. But however, there are a lot of questions to be asked in a lot of these episodes, the things that just make no sense, or things that can be taken out. Like, did we actually need this? Like, being,
Mom?
Yeah. Well, she's playing kind of the oblivious parent, which we get a lot of in '90s kids
Did
shows.
anybody else catch that? That he said that where the wand was from.
No.
He said it's from the Deadite sorcerers.
Oh yeah.
What is
From
that?
like the Deadites are
It
the
was
names of the
Evil
Evil Dead.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember that. 'Cause
And
we
then the
laughed about
mom
it,
kind
yeah.
of turns into like an Evil Dead-esque, like,
Yeah,
version of herself,
I did
too.
catch that a little bit. However, he gets back home. He tries to complain to his mom. She complains about her workload, seems very stressed, and she says she has pulled her all-nighter and goes for a little nappy.
yeah.
Well, I pay attention to preposition, so I have to do this of the music playing here, and it's the big theme of this episode because there's a lot of diversity in this. Is that bass clarinet? It's played in the theme song of the show.
Yeah,
we get this in here as well, and I believe the same person who wrote the theme song, Jeff Fisher, did the music for this one as well.
Jeff, what are you up to out there, buddy?
I contact him, by the way. I found his website. He's got the contact for him, so I'm gonna try to get him on the show.
You should. Yeah. Absolutely. Be like, what's your favorite theme? He'd be like, Corcoran. Love that albino white redneck.
Although going back to that wine in the wood, I like the fact that his mom just has the same fucking plant at their apartment.
Yeah, you don't have a wine like that around here?
I didn't know it was a wine at first. I thought it was just a plant of some sort.
Because it's horrible.
Well, now they had all the fucking kids ripping up everybody's ferns and shit, making wands.
It goes to show that Canadians don't know what wands are.
Because he's going to...
Or proper dress code.
He's going to Shandu's place to switch it out so he can get the wand.
Or proper relations with adults.
Yeah.
He does some Indiana Jones shit there with sneaking it back out.
Or fathers.
Yeah, what was the deal with that? He was making... I made that reference last night. I was like, what is this, fucking Indiana Jones? Because he's like, is it...
Dr. Henry Jones Sr.'s Grail is in there somewhere.
Is it a
Grail diary?
It's like a weighted plate that the fucking wand's on. He's like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah. Well, that's why they were ransacking the room. The Nazis were looking for the wand.
Yeah, because it was never explained why that room was ransacked, right?
No, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought the demon ransacked it so that Todd would be like, oh my God, I got to clean this place up. Like, that's my responsibility.
And it was smoking, too. Like, shit was on fire. There wasn't a single fire in the damn place.
Yes! Well, see, that's why I thought the demon was Shandu from the beginning.
Well,
and the real Shandu had been locked in the dimension.
I don't know. They'd probably get a little bit of flack if they started burning up rabbits and doves and shit.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, they can't even show anybody starting a fire on the standards of practice back then.
That's true.
For kids.
Unless it was Beavis and Butthead.
That's how it's back to this.
Yeah.
Yeah, we get... he uses that wand at his mom's work desk, and that's bad where we get the Garfield shit happening.
So are we to assume that basically when he says Shandu can do anything that it, like, I guess is on his mind that he wants to happen is what will happen?
Blue Skidoo, and you can too.
Or is he just taking chances and being like, I hope this doesn't just catch the room on fire? Like, Shandu can do. Oh, man, the sprinklers are on. Well, he can do that, too.
I guess maybe it's some mental thing, because he seems
it's gotta be, right?
He seems to like, okay, cool.
It's like the Force.
The room's clean, like,
yeah.
Okay, cool. We made this fucking cartoon.
Sure. Okay, moving on. So...
we see the demon Nazrak here,
but as a hot angel,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, I need to look up her old Mr. Skin because Ben's always wondering who the fuck is
I always wanted naked. Yeah, I always wanted.
Her name's Wendy Fulford.
Okay,
she was on.
Give it to me,
John. Did you ever watch that show Soul Food?
Oh, every day.
She was on that. Vampire High.
No.
Oh, that horror movie Ginger Snaps.
Yes! I love Ginger Snaps.
Yeah, she's all that
She's
one.
a redhead. I'm down.
She's in Ivana Trump's For Love Alone, the TV movie.
What is it called?
Ivana Trump's For Love Alone. Yeah, it's written oddly on IMDb, but it says For Love Alone.
For Love
Alone?
Look
at this, John. Tell me how this is confusing.
Okay, Ivana Trump's For Love Alone.
Yeah, but it should be a colon there, but underneath...
It's got a 4.7 out of 10 on IMDb.
For Love Alone, the Ivana Trump story.
19. Oh, so it's like basically her story of him like cheating and beating on her and
There's
everything
no
else.
proof of
that. Yeah. There's no evidence. That never happened, even though I admitted it. That never happened, ever. So my Trump impression is basically Trevor Noah's Trump impression.
Uh-oh, Ben, I got good news for you.
Oh, boy.
She has brief duty.
Oh.
I don't need to join fucking Playboy. Get this ad off. Yeah, she's right here.
Okay.
Hold on.
It says brief duty.
Wendy Fulford.
Yeah, she shares breast.
She's a beautiful girl.
Oh, yeah, she's hot. She has medium breast, blonde hair.
Mm-hmm.
An average body.
Right?
I feel like I'm about to
Hold
start.
on.
Average. It says an average body. What kind of site is this?
There
It's
it
like
is, right
one
there.
man's judgeful
I-
opinion.
Look, this is the only podcast of
Uh-oh.
90s Nickelodeon kid shows where we watch porn
We
during
don't-
the fucking episodes.
Just two brothers watching.
Something called "Show Me Yours," which is very appropriate.
I don't know, man. This is a pretty hot scene right here. We see her bare-breasted, just standing in her panties next to assuming to be attractive female who has brown hair with a bra on and panties also.
So, if you're afraid of the dark, leave the lights on and you'll get a show.
You know, I like this female demon better than the evil sorcerer
The
version.
Emperor.
Yeah, it's Emperor Palpatine. And she's basically like, use the wand a third time or something.
She says it has special powers that only he can bring out,
right.
and she doesn't.
I've heard that before.
I can't remember if she's saying
used that one
Shandu or
before.
him.
Hey, girl, this wand, it has special powers.
She
only
says
you
to
can
bring
bring
him out
forth.
at any time he wishes, and this is a constant theme we see in 90s kids shows of kids touching shit they're not supposed to.
Touching shit they're not
and
supposed
there's
to?
consequences.
But also being like tempted with their innermost desires, right? Which is, I mean, that's something even like adults
by
but,
an old man
but
in a
usually-
smoking jacket.
Yeah, but in this, it's usually like the weirdest, innermost desires, where like you'd be like, nah, that kid's gonna ask for a huffy, you know, and instead he's like, I'm gonna help my mom be successful, and it's like, you weren't thinking that, you were like, NES. Let's do this.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Why is he wishing for
Right?
like a big screen TV with the fucking SNES?
You'd think for the writing they do cross promotion. He's like, I'd like to go on Legends of the Hidden Temple.
We kind of get that in the next episode we're going to do because of Super Soakers.
Yeah.
And we saw that in the previous episode.
And let me tell you, that's what I looked up, and that shit was not fair.
What?
I think I know what you mean. That it didn't exist. They made that version for the show.
No,
We talking about?
it exists.
Well,
it does?
That's
It
in another.
exists.
That's in another episode.
Yeah.
Save
Corcoran.
it.
We'll
Yeah,
we'll
save
come
it.
back to that.
Save it.
Now we're almost at the end here. He comes back to this shit shack.
Oh, you mean the bus?
Yeah.
It was like
Shandu-
I don't remember a shit shack in this episode, but it wouldn't. I mean, it wouldn't surprise
The
me.
old rape wagon.
Yeah.
Well, Shandu knows he took the wand, asks if he
Sure.
used it, gets pissed off. And
Right.
he mentions the Nasdaq name, says she's a demon. He complains, no, she's beautiful.
Right.
Another thing of people kind of expecting the best things in life. Shandu kicks him out into the mean streets of Toronto, wherever the hell this is.
Quebec.
He jacks his final pocket.
Mean
and,
streets of Montreal.
I thought that was a Chinese finger lock at first, but that was the bow tie?
yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
It was black and I couldn't see it. It's nighttime.
it wasn't important.
All right.
Yeah.
The bow tie means it has no semblance.
It
in
has
this
no
movie.
magic. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Well, it goes
at
back to the shack and it's on fire again.
Right.
all. Smoking.
That's
but
right.
I like his acting here because it sucks. There's like the reactions are very,
I'm
very
like-
minimal
you mean
to what's happening.
throughout the whole thing, then?
Well, clearing the smoke, looks around, sees he's trapped. He tries to use the wand.
Right.
He says he only needed to use them one more time as the wand.
Right. So now the Emperor comes.
Yeah, we see the evil that come out.
So
it tries to use the wand again, but it doesn't work. And it's actually here again. It's like, oh, okay.
he's not really afraid. Like if
Yeah.
you saw this, there's no sense of real fear.
No.
Like this kid is not. This kid is like, I've seen magic tricks before, and I've seen real magic now. So
Well, I think
whatever.
this episode would work better if they had a younger kid playing this part.
yeah, I guess so.
And we do have our episodes in the series with you could tell some of these episodes were for younger kids and the ones for older teens. And this one was definitely for younger kids. They didn't have someone like 8, 9 years old playing that part.
Yeah. And so he's like, strike your father down
Back
and
at the-
take your place at
back
my
at-
side.
Back at home, he finds his mom. Back at the storyboard, he reads a note, finds out it's a demon. And what was this effect here? I mean,
Dear Todd, went out forcing.
that's the Evil Dead thing.
No, it's a Star Wars thing.
No, I'm doing Star Wars.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
doing Emperor. Dear
Hey, see-
Todd, went to Endor and make yourself dinner.
He sees Shandy's ghost in the toaster telling him the rules of magic, how to use them. Nazar's really demanding, by the way. He says, give him the wand. I was laughing at this whole scene. It's pretty stupid.
It's so, I mean, because they use this weird, like, glowy After Effects.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It was shitty effect that was like popular in the 90s.
And she's like an overweight version of the mom because, like, you could tell that they had to put a harness on her and then put the clothes back over top of the harness so that when they do the lift and her flying in the air effect.
Straight up Deadite move.
It was. It looked exactly like an Evil Dead Deadite. I thought Bruce Campbell was just going to bust through the door and groovy.
Hey, DJ McHale, the series creator of the show.
Is that Joel McHale's brother?
I don't know. If you're listening right now, though, we want to talk to you about a few things. We have him as like our regular guest on this fucking show. Questions.
DJ McHale, just every episode.
What's he doing now?
Hey, fuck you. Did you make a show?
We are right now.
He's like, oh man, he's right.
I did laugh at this scene also because the real mom is walking back at home.
I'm always afraid of that.
The real mom is walking back home with all his groceries. Did you notice anything about this scene? Oh,
the fact that she just stacks like oranges and bananas at the bottom of a brown paper bag?
Yeah, and the fact that every time we see someone with like bread at a show, there's no like plastic wrap. It's just walking up the fucking
the baguette just sticking out the top of the paper bag? Yeah, that's what you do.
I think kind of reminded me of Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
What point was this scene?
This is at the end here where he's battling the demon back to the house.
Well, but what the fuck is
the point was to show that she's on her way home, but she's not going to make it there in time to see any of the problems.
He finally...
Pointless is what I meant.
Very well.
He finally gives the wand back to the demon, and the demon says that he's been waiting for centuries, and then remember the deal? We could have got this a little easier. You know, Bob is safe, but he's not.
Yeah.
And never to touch another magician's wand unless they hand it to you.
Yeah, unless they give you permission and you're in a comfortable environment.
Says it will join the old man in the vortex. Yeah, I got that Emperor Strikes Back stuff happening right here.
Yeah.
It looks just like it. Especially that
electricity.
You want this, don't you?
Shenandoah's in the apartment, catches his own reflection. So the whole thing was a test.
So...
No, it wasn't a test.
It wasn't?
No, Shandu wasn't testing him.
No, wait, he said searching for something to pass the test. He says that.
No.
Wait, no, it wasn't a test.
Go back to the episode right now.
Right now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, see ya.
What are we talking about? Just go online.
Well,
check it out. Here's what happened.
It's online.
Go Daily Motion or something like that.
When Marzak or whatever the fuck his name
Nasdaq,
when he like tried to zap him with the wand, how the fuck did the kid get out of the way? Did he walk off? He walk off?
He just sidestepped, and then it was like boom into the mirror.
Okay, because I thought he disappeared. Like he said, "Oh yeah, only let them see what you want them to see."
No, the whole point of that was like you didn't see the mirror that was behind me, so I sidestepped and you blasted yourself.
I was just making sure that he didn't like fizzle out like he used magic.
No,
from the bow tie.
This kid is not good at all.
So he zaps himself, and then that's when fucking Hugh Hefner comes back through the mirror, which was the vortex, and Nasdaq went back into the mirror.
Yeah.
And it was
Nazareth.
It was 6 points up.
He leaves him with one
on the Nasdaq.
Did you find that, John?
What? No, I don't find the scene here. But either way, basically, I guess my question was like, I don't think Shandu would allow himself to be captured by an evil demon just to teach this 14-year-old boy a lesson.
Yeah, that was really odd. He says he has one more rule, and it's always make them wanting more. Just disappears for the mom.
And then just straight up Yoda disappears like Obi-Wan. Like there was so many like Star Wars like kind of like nods, like in just the effects and what they were doing.
The whole time.
Yeah, what was he though? I don't know. And at what point does this serve? Right? I mean, should he have like been like you go help your mom with those oranges? Like there was nothing. There was no lesson to be learned here other than like don't touch another man's dick.
That's what I don't hear. I said the moral of the story is not to fuck with other people's shit because back in the Midnight Society, they say that was the last they saw the magician.
Mm-hmm.
Betty and Sans, it's dark. They put the fire out and that's it. They get the fuck out of there. Except for Frank, who goes to fuck with that branch.
Right.
Oh yeah, because Gary started the fire with the branch rather than throwing the fucking coffee creamer on it.
And then I think this movie would have had an icing on the cake if then
episode.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, what did I say? Movie?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so used to that.
It could be a movie.
So yeah, I would have loved it. He was like, "What did I just say about the wand?" Like from off in the distance. Were you not listening to anything? God, nobody approves of these stories at all. I submit stories all day long. Nobody approves.
So
because they didn't approve of this story, right?
They didn't wrap.
No.
They didn't
Nobody
wrap,
ever,
wrap this up. Like, okay, so what happens with the kid and mom now? He does magic.
Well, he's out of a job. Yeah, but
he's out of a job.
Well, clearly he's not going to do magic.
He should have had a work release for him anyway.
Because he was a magician's assistant who went from Broadway to doing fucking kids parties. Clearly, that's not the profession you want to be in.
Right.
You know,
always leave them wanting more or anything, really.
Ben, have you noticed that any episode we have that has someone helping someone as an assistant or apprentice sucks?
You get shit on.
Yeah,
it always goes bad.
It's been every single episode so far. We're about, I don't know, maybe 20 deep right now episodes.
About that, yeah.
We're almost the tail end of season 2. Every season has 13 episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't like this one. It wasn't memorable. I didn't remember it from a kid. I didn't like it. It was boring. The story made no sense.
It's going to be a long day today. That's all I got to say. It's going to be a long day today, buddy.
Yeah. Would I recommend this one?
No.
It wasn't the worst one. I've definitely seen it.
What is your worst one that you've seen so
I'm
far?
to go
You're
with
20 in.
All right, the Leprechaun.
That's what you said last night too.
Yeah, it's fucking horrible.
So, like, give me a 30-second synopsis of that one. I'm just very curious. I don't remember this one.
Ben's gotta go for you.
Okay, it's an actor kid that's in a play, and the play is actually real, where this guy's trying to transform him into what? It's not a leprechaun. It's some kind of fucking troll thing. Anyway, he's doing it so he can. I don't know. They never even specified
catch the pot of gold. Like what?
They never even specified it. So a leprechaun helps him, like, get rid of him.
All right. Well,
the fucking end.
Go check out. What's the title of that one called?
Jake and the Leprechaun.
Go check out Jake and the Leprechaun. Like, they already did it. I'm sure it's hilarious because this was a lot of fun today, guys.
Oh yeah. Thanks again, everybody, for listening. Be sure to check us out on Facebook.
Absolutely.
Subscribe, rate us. We want to thank John Young again. Check his podcast out. It's called the Bombs Away Podcast. I'll put a link in the little show notes for you.
You can go ahead and you can follow us. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram at Bombs Away Show. I put up little clips of every movie that we do, little jokes and things like that. But the main meat and potatoes of it all, www.bombsawayshow.com, or on Apple and Google Play. Basically anywhere where you can find a podcast, that's where we are. That's it.
Feel the mess, Houdini when we leave you in your casket, that's tragic. Peep me and my genie flying past it. I'm Aladdin getting blasted, blasting this rap shit. Plaster blacking out, talking smack with savage crackers. I'd rather be a jackass than average, I guess. I'm just established at that practice, like a master, no less, the best.